Have you ever wondered how a superhero movie can spark such intense debate? Before diving into the details, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. In the latest review of Captain America Brave New World, uh, writer Carlos Morales from IGN has stirred the pot. His critique doesn't focus on the film's storytelling or pacing, but rather on its portrayal of the US military. Unlike other reviews that might rate the film based on its narrative flaws, Morales' perspective raises questions about respect for those in uniform series of that. And Morales argues that the film simplifies complex issues and idealizes the military. He points out that many characters are either current or former military personnel, suggesting that Marvel Studios has turned them into mere instruments of the government. This perspective seems less about the film's artistic merit and more about a political agenda. Uh, Interestingly, Morales' review appears to prioritize political messaging over traditional storytelling elements. He expresses disappointment that the film doesn't critique the military industrial complex enough rather than discussing character development or visual appeal. Given the Marvel Cinematic Universe's themes of heroism and sacrifice, his criticism feels misplaced. Um, One of the more striking points in Morales' review is his concern over Sam Wilson's character. In the comics, um, Wilson is uh, a social worker, but in the MCU, he's depicted as a former Air Force pararescueman. Morales calls this an alarming choice, implying that it detracts from the character's potential for political depth. But is it really alarming to have a hero with a background in saving lives? Morales seems to suggest that depicting military service in films is a flaw. However, the brave men and women in the military are true heroes, dedicating their lives to protect our freedoms. Uh, and their representation in media should honor their sacrifices, not diminish them. Whatever we labeling this portrayal as fetishism is not only misguided but also disrespectful to those who serve. IGN has a reputation for blending politics with media reviews, and Morales's critique seems to take this further. He uses Brave New World as a platform to challenge the presence of military figures in entertainment, reflecting a broader trend in Hollywood towards progressive ideologies. Uh, and yet, one of the film's strengths is its avoidance of overt political propaganda. Morales's discontent echoes a sentiment that the MCU has shifted towards glorifying military culture. It was so, however, superhero films have historically provided a platform for progressive commentary. But ironically, while he criticizes the MCU for lacking political depth, his review may be more about promoting his own ideological views. But as a prominent media source, IGN's influence is significant. This review appears to provoke debate by criticizing the film's military depiction, an institution respected by many, inciting in a time of heightened political tension. such critiques can deepen the divide among the audiences. And Morales's disdain for the military is evident. He questions why Marvel would portray so many heroes as state agents, implying shame in military service. Yet, many admired heroes, both fictional and real, have military backgrounds. Their stories reflect bravery and selflessness, not blind loyalty. As a movie enthusiast, I notice a trend where artistic qualities often take a backseat to ideological scrutiny. In Brave New World, the film opts for themes of redemption and leadership, which resonate beyond politics. Critics like Morales seem quick to condemn any deviation from expected narratives. And Morales's critique reveals more about the current state of entertainment journalism than the film itself, which is going to be accepted. In a world where Hollywood often feels disconnected from everyday citizens, this review highlights that gap. The valor of our military should be acknowledged with respect, not ridicule. If honoring their service is seen as a weakness, perhaps it's time to rethink who shapes our cultural conversations, and remember why did Captain America always carry a shield? Because he couldn't find a good enough reason to leave it at home. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, I hope that was C on.